Zentangle friends. This is Barbara Langston, CZT. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher, and welcome to another session of Not Perfect Zen. I hope you're doing well. This is my contact information, and if you happen to post on social media, I ask you to use @BBL_tangles. That way I get notified that you've posted something. You're welcome to email me, and here's my other information. Always a reminder that there are no mistakes. Okay? Do you ever have a day when you can't figure out what you want to do? Well, I've had a lot of those days lately. If you followed me last year during Inktober, I told you that I found out I had cancer. Well, I have found out that it's back. Okay, so it's really messing with my mind, and I just want to say that I'm not sure over the next few weeks what's going to happen as far as treatments and how I'm going to feel, and hopefully I'll still be able to get 2 videos done every week, but just not sure. So just letting you know, I'm not sure how things are going to be. And so this past week, I was trying to figure out what to do. I wanted to relax and use Zentangle to calm my mind. And what I decided to do was the pattern Pangea. Okay? And this one, Pangea, can be a pattern, or it can be reticulum, which means that it can hold other patterns. So what I did was draw Pangea, and then, let me zoom out a little bit, I used my spinner. And I've shown you this before, and so I just did a little spin, and whichever row it landed on, or kind of a slice of a pie, there are actually 4 different patterns within each of these little wedges. And so I just spin and pick. And it keeps stopping on this one. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to do Pangea, and we're going to fill it randomly with some patterns. Other things that you could do if you don't have the spinner, and I have sent the template out for this before, and you can always send me an email and I'll send you the template. You can do this. You could put these pattern names on a little piece of paper and put it in a bag, shake it up and pick out some names. If you do the little bijou tiles like we just did for Inktober, you could take these and put them into a little box and shake it up and pull them out. So there's lots of things that you can do to randomly pick some patterns, or just randomly decide on some that are your favorites. Okay, so I'm going to be using a 3.5-inch tile. This is a piece of Canson watercolor paper that I have cut. Okay, I have Zentangle tiles, but I really like to play with putting the watercolor on my tiles, and so I like to use the Canson while I'm practicing my watercolors. Okay, so Pangea. If you know world history, Pangea is the name of how the continents looked when they were all together and then when they were breaking up. That's not the best description, but that's what I'm going to say. So it's really just these random shapes. You can make them as smooth or as wobbly as you would like. So just pick one place to put a blob, and then we're just going to kind of aura that, and then we're going to come out this way, and like I say, just random. Don't overthink it. Just put some more shapes. And so it kind of looks like little islands that are right next to each other. We could have some that actually go off the tile. Okay. And let's do one here. And we'll make them kind of big. Like I say, try not to overthink it. Just odd little shapes. Okay, and then we'll put one here that goes off the tile, similar to what we did on this side. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little spaces to fill in. And what I thought was kind of challenging was, like, when I picked Mooka, I've never used it as a filler before, so that was interesting. And like I said, you can even look at what I've got here and decide if you would like to put something different in yours, but let's spin and see what happens. Oh, I am using a Micron PN and graphite pencil and a blending tool known as a tortillion. Okay, what did we land on? So we landed on Rixty, and actually have these named on the back. So there's Rixty, Vertigo, Vega, and Zinger. So let's use Rixty. Okay, so this is the column that I landed on. And I give myself permission to pick the one out of there that I like. And let's start on this side. I found this to be very relaxing because I wasn't worried about trying to figure out what pattern to use next. And like I say, these aren't necessarily filler patterns, but we can use them to fill these spaces anyway. So I don't know when my treatment is going to start, and we are going to try immunotherapy this time. And it's supposed to be less harsh on the body, so I hope so. Oh, sorry. Okay, and I'm going to try to not make this take too much time. I don't speed up my videos. You are welcome to use YouTube controls to either speed it up, slow it down, or pause it. Okay, did I say that this was Rixty? Rixty was a pattern that was a gift to Rick on his 60th birthday. So that's why it was called Rixty, which is kind of cool. Okay, I think I'll have one come up this way. And Rixty is one of my favorite patterns. If you're doing something like this, like I said, you can come up with lots of different ways to pick a pattern. Okay. So how's that? Okay, there's Rixty. Let's try another. Okay, I think that's mostly in that one. So let's do poke root. I'll do that on this side. So we're just going to come from random directions. Poke root is one of the original tangles. And Maria uses it quite often. Oops, that kind of went to a point. No mistakes. All right, have one come out this way. We're not worried about the final outcome. We just want to relax and enjoy drawing. Okay. All right, so there's poke root. Spin again. Okay, so this section is Hollabaugh, Cubine, Aurkas, and I can never remember that one. Zip. XYP is pronounced zip. Okay. Let's try Aurkas. How about right here in the center? So with Aurkas, we start with the center and then a line on each side. And then we're going to divide it this way. Okay. And then this way. And I didn't get them exactly perfect, and that's perfectly fine. Okay. And then we come in and we add an aura inside. And then we aura the lines again. This one's actually a little bit easier done when it's bigger, but it's okay. Okay, then we'll put an aura inside again, doing these kind of big as far as got it spaced. Okay, then we aura these again. Down the side. Okay, so we just keep auraing the lines that we already have. Not looking for perfection. Okay, so now we've done it all the way around, and we'll do the aura from the circle again. Okay. And yeah, let's go ahead and do just one more. Aurkas is one of the earlier patterns from Zentangle also. I'm just going to put a line there in the center. How about that? Just to fill these in a little bit. I like that. That's kind of cool. All right, next. Okay, so for this one, I have gone brain dead on the name. Jetties. This is Flux, Xander, and this is actually Well, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Well. Okay, so let's do these. And we'll put them over here. So this is Jetties, and all we're going to do with Jetties is make an orb or something close to it. That one's not exactly a circle. You can do the inside stripe to look like it has kind of a highlight on it. And do these different sizes. They don't have to all be exactly the same. And it can kind of go off the edge of the Pangea. So just a little bit of a sparkle in the center, and then a line on each side. Okay. You can also just fill it in. Let's do a big one. Okay. Just have fun with it. Okay. Remember, draw until happy. And doing this Pangea a few nights ago made me happy, made me feel better. So I love Zentangle. I love how it can help me to relax and calm my mind. I'm not worried about making perfect orbs. I enjoy the patterns that, like this one, that are easy to remember, easy to draw again. And then if you have some spaces that are kind of big, just put a regular little orb in there. For the ones that are smaller, you can just barely put a stripe on it. Don't worry about the second stripe. Okay. Just keep going with that. And like I said, you're welcome to decide on any pattern that you want to fill these in. This is kind of like billiard or pool balls. Remember to breathe. Relax your shoulders. And don't worry about the outcome. I like filling in these little ones like this. Okay, I'll just leave that one. Let's put a big one here. Another big one. Just little ones there. Let's go this way. Just trying to do a variety. And you can do all kinds of things with jetties. You don't have to do this same pattern. But I like it because doing the same thing again and again like this makes it easy and relaxing. Okay, I'm just going to put some little orbs down in here. Okay, how about that? Don't overthink it and just have fun with it. All right, let's do another one. Okay, it actually stopped in the same one. So let's do Flux. And we're just going to randomly start putting a flux pedal in there. You can put the line in the dot, or you could leave it just open. Okay. Don't worry about it, just put some pedals down. Where you have these little openings, you can put a little orb. Let's come from a different direction just for fun. Put an orb. Put small ones. You could put a little one in here. Okay, like I said, just try to not overthink it. Makes it a lot more enjoyable. Where's my little sign? I have a lot of signs now. There it is. Sorry. Okay, don't overthink it. And draw until you're happy. Okay. All right. We're still doing this one. Little orbs in the other spaces. Oops, sorry. That one's going to go behind and come back down. Okay. Like I said, if I'm going too fast, just pause it or slow it down until you catch up. So we have 3 spots to go. Okay. So we have static, Polygon, Noom, Repus, Mooka, and Umble. So which one do I want to use? Let's try. Okay, show you again what I had. Static, Polygon, Noom, Repus, Umble, and Mooka. I'm going to go with static. And with static, we just start with a zigzag line. Okay. And then we're just going to R that. Okay. And I have found that it looks a little better if I do it like this. Just start where that point is and come down. That one's going off. And then this one would come back up that way. And then just repeat until you don't have room. Okay, then I'm going to flip it and do the same thing on this side. I do believe I have videos that show most of these patterns. Okay, can't see that one. Come back behind. All right, so 2 to go. Okay, so this time we've stopped on Knightsbridge, Cinna, Opus. No, that's not Opus. Perk. Perk and Betweed. And the way that I did this was I made my own little grid and put it on regular cardstock paper. And then after I did this, I held it up to the light so I could see the pattern. And then I wrote the name on the back. Okay, so it was these. Let's do Knightsbridge. So for that one, we're just going to make a grid, square grid. And the reason I always turn my tile is I like to be looking at what I'm going to aura, have it be on that side of my pen because I'm right-handed. Okay. So just pick any square and fill it in. And then go to the corner. And that's the next one that you're going to fill in. So go to the corner. And even Rick and Maria, when they're doing Knightsbridge, they have said that's the way that they do it, and it's easiest so that they don't pick the wrong one to fill in. Okay, go to this corner. Okay, remember to breathe. Relax your shoulders. Enjoy what you're doing. Okay, I can't see that one. Turn your tile as you need to. Again, we're not trying for perfection. We're just trying to enjoy our time. There are so many artists out there that do some fantastic, stunning Zentangle art. And I love looking at it, but for me, it's easier to just do the simple tiles. That's what I enjoy. I have my little sign. It says this is not a contest. Okay, just love your art. If you are doing art, you are an artist. And again, we're not trying to make it look perfect. We just want to enjoy what we're doing. Whoops, I almost did the wrong one. Busy talking. Let's turn this. Okay, so that corner. All right, not perfect. It's okay. So I can come back later and fill these in a little bit better. Okay, one more. All right, stopped on the same one. So let's do just a little bit of Mooka. How about that? Going to do a Mooka heart. Okay. I'm going to have one come this way, go behind, come around, and go back down. Don't have room on this side, so I'm just going to put a little bit of an aura in there. Just some simple little auras to fill in the space, because that's what I like to do. That's how I do Mooka when I'm trying to fill it in. Let's just fill in these. How about that? It looks kind of odd. That'll give us some drama on this side. All right. There we go. Pangea with some randomly selected patterns. I'm going to put my chop. All right, there we go. So Flux, Poke Root, Knightsbridge, Aurkas, Static, Rixty, Jetties, and Mooka. Let's do a little bit of shading. So I'm going to start in the center. I think for this, I'm just going to put a little bit of a gemstone there in the center. So all I did was put that on one side. Okay. And then let's just go ahead and go along the inside of this and add shading. Okay, and then we're just going to soften that. with just little soft circles with my tortillion. Okay, yeah, I like how that looks. All right, for Flux, let's just put a little bit of shading right at the bottom of each of these little petals. And most of the shading that I do is very simple. Zentangle has another project pack coming out in December, and I think they're going to cover shading a lot. I'm not sure, just by looking at the description. So that should be interesting. That'll be the 12 days of Zentangle for the holidays in December. Okay, so I'm just softening these and pulling them up. Okay, for poke root, I am going to put my pencil on its side and just very gently put a little C shape at the top of each of these. Okay, and then a little shadow where that stem goes into the little poke root. Okay, and then soften that. Gives it more of a rounded look. Forgot that one, but there's enough on my tortillion that I can do it. Okay. For static, we're going to put a line right down the center, and then right down the center again to each of these points, and then we're going to fill in just that one side. Okay, very gently, not a lot, and then come back over to this next one and connect the next one and connect, and then put your little shadow in there again. Skip over to the next one, and then put your line here, and then this will be your shading on this side. So it looks like mountains and valleys. Then we take our blending tool and soften it. All right. I still have enough on my tortillion that I'm just gonna put a little bit of shading on this Mooka. I think for Knightsbridge, I'm just gonna put a little bit of shading right down at the bottom of these lines. Not much. And I know these aren't filled in exact, but it's okay. And then just come back and soften those. Okay. And then for Rixty, I mean, you can put some shading where these come out, but I'm really not going to worry about it. It's so tiny. All right, there we go. Totally unplanned, except for the fact that we were going to use Pangea. And like I said, if you're interested, you can send me an email. I do have a template that's 8.5 by 11, and you could draw these. You could number them. When I bought the spinners, I got them off Amazon. It was like a pack of 12. But I did have it laminated. My original thought was I was going to use it in my classes, but right after I got all this done, COVID hit. I didn't get to do it. All right, there we go. So just an idea for how to do this. Sign and date your tile. Put the pattern names on the back. They're always listed in the beginning of the videos. For this one, I used watercolor when I was finished and just played with it because I needed to have more fun. So, draw until you're happy. Don't overthink it, okay? And then when you're finished, tell yourself, I love my art. I try to do that. I try to tell myself I've done well, I like it, and then I love sharing it with you. Okay, again, I'm not sure how my videos will be over the next couple months as I go through treatment, but I do want to keep giving you videos, and hope that all goes well. I appreciate your thoughts and prayers, and I'll let you know how things are going. Thank you so much, my friends. I appreciate you very much. Bye.